Mic check. Okay. My correct microphone is connected, so I can actually take this off. What up, DOE, everyone? Hopefully you are all doing great. My name is Jonah Memes. I went to boot camp about a year ago, and I'm going to now read all of my boot camp letters. I am currently streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so it's going to be a little bit hard to talk while I do this. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I talked about doing this for a while, and I went home and I got all of my letters. So there is a lot. I mean, there is a lot. And all of these drawings I have here, because I drew when I was at boot camp. I wasn't an artist recruit, but I still drew. So I figured since I went to boot camp 1 year ago on March 13th of 2023, I made a video talking about my 1 year experience in the Marine Corps, and I will now be reading all my boot camp letters in honor of all of that. So yeah, let's get right to it. I will start off with number 1. I started reading number 1 and I was like, oh my god, I need to do this live. Like, I need to read these live in a way that I don't know what's coming. Because my first one made me burst out loud laughing. Because I forgot. I forgot about this, right? And that's what I'm hoping to get the experience from, is to read my letters and remember things that I forgot. So I'll go ahead and read my first one. And my first one has some things on the back I don't want to read. But the first one, also, welcome. What up, DOE? Is how it starts. Literally starts, what up, DOE? So I've been doing this for a while. I hope, this is for my mother, hope you and Daddy are doing amazing. I want to start off, I misspelled off, by saying bubbles. And I said bubbles in all caps, and the reason I said that for a reason. I told my parents before I went to boot camp, if my first letter contains the word bubbles, it means that I'm gonna be fine. So I didn't know if they were gonna read my letters, so I needed a way to tell my parents that I was gonna do great. Bubbles was the code word for I've experienced the first couple of days, and I'm ready and prepared, and I know mentally I'm going to do fine for the rest of boot camp. Bubbles was my keyword for that, and I said in my first letter because I knew I could handle it, is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to sound too cocky, but like, I knew from going into it, I was prepared for it. So bubbles was a good thing. Alright, continuing on. I am very happy to be here! Exclamation point. Obviously, there are times when I am in a lot of pain, but I am literally getting paid to get a career and a six-pack, which is awesome. There is so much I want to tell you about boot camp, but I never have any free time, so I have to write very fast. First of all, I have made a lot of friends here, and the hardest thing about this place is trying not to laugh and trying not to pee myself from holding it in. God, this might be TMI. I peed myself 3 times. My buddy Tehira, he was my rack mate, on day 4, stood up to answer a question that our drill instructor asked us, and he literally projectile vomited all over the floor, right in front of the drill instructor. It is one of the funniest things I have ever seen. I read this earlier and I forgot about it. I can't believe I forgot it. My brother Tehira, my rack mate, he lived under me. So I was top bunk and he was bottom bunk. And day 4 of boot camp, we had to stand up to answer questions. And he stood up to answer a question and he just it's all over the floor, right in front of the church. I swear to God, that was probably one of the hardest times where I had to like hold in my laughter. I felt so bad for him, but it was genuinely one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. And you really hear me say that a lot. because boot camp had some of the funniest moments of, if not the funniest moments of my entire life. That ends letter 1. It continues on the back where I tell my parents to contact certain people and stuff like that. That's letter 1. So I don't remember how many letters I wrote exactly, but I have number 2 right here. So I'm going to put this one off to the side, and we're going to go ahead and crack open number 2. So I also don't know what day it is. It was so hard to keep track of the days because you didn't have a calendar or anything, right? So my mom sent me this notepad, this like a big yellow notepad. That way I could write stuff down easier, because the little recruit papers were not good. Like they didn't have enough room. So I got this big freaking yellow notepad. That way I could write more. And I love to write, you know. Like this letter is freaking like 2 pages, you know. Okay. So I will go ahead and. Okay. I figured out that this was the second Sunday. So, because Sundays were sort of like religious days, so I was able to keep track of the days via the Sundays. So this was the second Sunday since I went to boot camp. I don't know how many days that is. I just know it was the second Sunday. What up, Doe? That's how it starts. I don't know the date, but it is the second Sunday. That's literally what I just said. My first letter was sent and written 2 days ago, whenever that may be. I got your letters last night. Wow, that was a lot. LOL. I want to say happy late birthday to my sister and my mother. Much love to both of you from Paris Island. I hope you do something cool for your birthday. I want to start by saying I will be dividing my letters up into portions so you know what to communicate with who. So the portion that I label for my mom is going to be for my mom to read. The portion for everyone, I want you to read off to all the people that I'm in contact with that I wanted to read. So if I labeled a letter for everyone, I wanted my parents to reach out to every person that I wanted to communicate these letters with and read them off to them, or like send them a picture of the letters. So I thought of this way. That way I wouldn't have to keep writing individual letters. I could just write one big letter and they would just send them all to everyone. It kept my writing way shorter, right? I don't have to tell the same story like 8 times. So I put like my friends, my recruiter, my old teacher, my aunt and uncle. So please let them know that you are allowed to write to me, but tell Caleb from my online friend group, the Derp Slimes, I said no explicit photos because I will get in a lot of trouble. Thank you so much for the photos. They are awesome. My mom told me that she lost all her photos on Facebook, so I said, I'm sorry you lost all your photos on Facebook. I can also read in French pretty well, so keep writing in French, please. I'd like to hear about your daily... Okay, this is more from my mom. So I'm gonna... Yeah, okay, this is for everyone. Okay, sorry. Blah, blah, blah. That's for my mom. Not gonna read that one out loud. Anyways, for everyone. Tuesday. A continuation from the second Sunday. So this is the Tuesday right after the second Sunday. What up, Dome? Today I got one of my wisdom teeth taken out in surgery. I have so much to say, but I will start with my day so far. I was awake during the entire procedure and it was really scary, but it didn't hurt until after. Overall, it sucked. But it's okay because they are giving me 24 hours of staying in bed. And since you never get to sit down or relax, they are taking the letters of people who are writing them like me, since we aren't allowed to write them unless we're given the time. Does that make sense? So they're taking people's letters if you're writing your letter like in time when you're not supposed to be writing your letters. Anyways, it hurt like hell because I wasn't allowed to get meds until lunch. It's now an hour or 2 after lunch. What up, though? First of all, the chow hall, the food here is super good here. Surprised I said that. I'm glad that they have a lot of healthy options and they actually did have good food. Actually, yeah, belay my last. Surprising good food. Of course, you have to eat fast, but you get screamed at while you're eating constantly. But I got used to it really quickly. A lot of people here have changed so much just in 2 weeks. A lot of people shake when they eat, cry, cry, and have bags under their eyes. Some have become super hollow, which is absolutely baffling to me how quickly some people's psyche break. 3 people have gone home so far, and I know that a lot more want to. We are the worst rated platoon in drill in the company, LOL. So, I was India Company at Bootcamp, 3rd Battalion, and the way... Oh, wait, what is that? Give me a little animated box. The way it works is that there's 6 platoons in a company. So there's 3 in lead series and 3 in follow series. I was first deck lead series. And at the time, 2 weeks into it, we were rated the worst at drill, which is like you march around with your rifle. We were rated the worst at drill in the first 2 weeks. And that broke a lot of people's mental, which is what I mentioned, that 3 people have gone home already. And a lot of people just like became hollow shells. You know, they kind of went cuckoo. I don't know. Yesterday, oh my god. Yesterday, a brother stole 6 packs of peanut butter from the chow hall. Literally, the day our senior drill instructor told us all to never steal food. I still remember who you are, Garcia. I will never forget the fact that you stole 6 freaking packs of peanut butter right after we got a freaking lecture about how we should never steal. Like, you gotta be mad. Alright, this is me reading the letter now. You gotta be mad stupid to do something like that. It was, I remember we got in so much trouble because they knew that some people stole, or I don't know how the drill instructors found out. I think people are stupid, okay? They like throw away, if they stole something, they would like throw it away in the trash can, and our trash cans get checked. So, it was a bad idea, right? For my derp slimes out there, it was the most Jonathan move so far. Naturally, we all got IT'd like crazy in the pit because our senior drill instructor gave the kid 1 chance to confess, and he would only punish the kid, not everyone. So the guy, what up though? What up though, heavy metal? Here's how it worked. The guy stole 6 packs of peanut butter, and after he stole 6 packs of peanut butter, our senior drill instructor found out, and he started walking around. You know, he was pissed, man. Like, he was like, I'll give the person 1 chance! And if you don't take this chance to confess, everyone's getting messed up. Naturally, the kid did not confess, right? And then they started searching all of our footlockers, which is our little like chest. It's like a Minecraft chest. You could imagine that, right? So, here's me reading a letter again. Of course, he didn't say anything, and we all got freaked up bad as soon as they said that they were going to start searching the footlockers. Because, so they ended up searching the footlockers, right? And they found the guy who stole it. And I literally put in my letter, like a Minecraft chest. Literally the analogy I just made. My brain is still thinking on the same level. So, up next, now we all have to say we love peanut butter and jelly when we do exercises. So we got sent to the sandbox, the sand pit, and every time we did like a push-up, we all had to scream, we love peanut butter and jelly! We love peanut butter and jelly! We love peanut butter and jelly! Jupes, probably not for a year, if I had to give a guess. But what up, though? As mentioned in my previous letter, boot camp is super funny. There are so many moments where I almost broke into tears from holding in my laughter. I don't know my drill instructors very well yet, but one of them is literally a replica of Percy from the movie The Green Mile. And has anyone here ever seen the movie The Green Mile? Percy is like oh my god, he's like frustrating. Okay, so one of my DIs, I still remember him. I'm not gonna say his name. He's my knowledge hat. It's like an exact replica, like looks and everything. Watch the movie and you will see what I'm talking about. I know. Alright. My thought process changed, but I put total prick here. Which if my DI had read this letter, I think he would have. Oh, I think I would have been. My life would have been over. We're chill now though. I got a picture with him at the end. My favorite thing to eat during chow hall is melons. They have all types and they are so naturally tasty and juicy and sweet. It's nothing like those that you find in the grocery stores. These taste fresh like the ones from Mexico. Speaking of chow hall, which is food by everyone, that's Marine's spot. I made friends with a lot of the lunch ladies. They tell me how much they love my smile because I am the only one who smiles. They are very kind and make my day. I have no time for personal letters. I love you guys. And I signed. That was bootcamp letter number 2 right there. Gosh, that's a good one. I will never forget the freaking... He stole 6 packs of peanut butter and we all got messed up. Like, we got messed up bad from that one. Because he had a chance to confess, you know? And he didn't freaking... So he didn't. Right? Oh, shoot. I got another part of letter right here. Got like T-Rex arms. Alright, letter number 3. So that was 2 weeks into boot camp. This is letter number 3. Here we go. Oh, this one's got multiple. I've got 3 letters here. Like I said, guys, I love to write, okay? I love to write. So I wrote a lot in boot camp. Okay, this is my for everyone. And then I have a for my father here. And then this big yellow one is for the derp slimes. So I'll read the for everyone. This is 1 day after my wisdom tooth removal. So my previous letter that I just read out was literally the day I got my wisdom tooth removed. Okay. What up, doe? All my letters literally start with what up, doe. It is 1 day after I got my wisdom tooth removed. I am writing on this paper in my study book, so it looks like I am taking notes, but I'm actually writing a letter. LOL. I figured in this letter I would write about the things that are bad about boot camp. To start, I just found out a 4th person is going home. I put a 4th brother. He is my friend. His name is Cuesta, and he collapsed during a 2-mile run the other day due to heat stroke. This makes me sad because he's a very kind person. People are dropping like flies, which is just wild. His last words to me were, "You better make it out of this hell, brother." Oh my god. That's crazy. We are now down to 41 of the original 45. Speaking of flies, this island appears to be heavily plagued by the most annoying creature, the sand flea. Everyone's arms look like Braille for the blind. I swear if you brought a blind person to Paris Island, they would be able to find every word in the English language on people's arms. That's a pretty good one. Good one, Jonah. I am doing my duty and killing as many as I can and keeping track. So far in the 2 weeks that I've been here, my sand flea kill count is 174. I have killed 174. Thank you, Nick Sky. I appreciate that. Woohoo! I have become the expert sand flea killer. My arms are in hypersensitive mode, so I can feel even the smallest flea land on my arm and execute it with haste like lightning. Moving on. Hygiene, or however you spell it. Showers are quick, and time to shave is quicker. I'm a man who likes to take my time. Also, we only get one opportunity to brush our teeth, and that's during free time, which is at the end of the day. It's crazy, right? Your sleep time can be fricked if you have poopy Firewatch shift, mainly second and last. So Firewatch, I'll go ahead and explain it because I told my family to look it up here. Firewatch is during the nighttime. I think it was like 3 Marines or 3 recruits would like stand guard. So one person by the bathroom, which is called the head, one person by the hut, which is like the senior drill instructor hut, and one person being the rover to just walk back and forth. So every night you got a shift for like an hour, most likely, right? So I said that your sleep can be fricked up because let's say you always got like 8 hours of sleep at boot camp, like a base, not counting Firewatch or anything that goes over or under. So let's say in these 4 hours that you're sleeping, you have Firewatch on, okay, this is going to be hard to do with my fingers, these 2 shifts. These shifts are the worst shifts to get Firewatch in. That's what I'm trying to say here. Let's say that they put you to bed and 1 hour later you have to wake up for an hour Firewatch. That's pretty much you're only getting 6 hours of sleep that night. Does that make sense? Because it's like, if you go to bed for an hour, you're not really falling asleep. And then you have to wake up for a whole hour, put on your camis again, and do some Firewatch crap. So same thing is if you sleep 6 hours and get Firewatch on the 7th hour, you have an hour to be in Firewatch, and then you have to go back to sleep for only an hour. Realistically speaking, that was the worst shift. Because the drill instructors would come out earlier and just wake everyone up, you know? I love that game, Juice. I would consider that for sure. But that's why Firewatch is hard, because if you got unlucky and got those shifts, those sucked. Because, you know, you're so tired at boot camp that it's like getting those shifts, getting like a 6-hour night was like, Shoo! I did not know about Marine combat training later on, which was even worse than that, though. You think about the new Stardew. I love it. I love Stardew Valley. That's a great, wonderful game. Finishing up my letter, though. We still haven't cleaned our uniforms. Mine is disgusting and a sweat-stained, stinky mess. Waking up is no problems for me since when I worked at Four Seasons, I woke up at the same time, which was 4 in the morning. But I can tell it bothers a lot of people. Fire ants suck. PT is actually really, really refreshing, though. It's always a great exercise, and sometimes we run and get to see the island and the sunrise, and it's really pretty. Recruit crud is real, which mitigates my physical state due to the heavy congestion. What it is recruit crud. It's like almost everyone that goes to boot camp will get recruit crud. It's like a sickness that just spreads around the entire squad bay. It's not like any sickness. It's like constant congestion. Like, you just feel terrible. It's really hard to describe, but it's real. And that's what I wrote here, because I had heard about it beforehand. Disease spreads quick here due to the low hygiene levels imaginable. Of course, group punishment is mad annoying when people who mess up keep messing up because they don't want to be here. Out of time, much love. Blah, blah, blah. Don't post anything I say on Facebook. I wrote a letter to the Derp Slimes. I don't know if I'm going to read this one, but let me see. I wrote a letter to my dad's talking about the 5K hike. So in boot camp, you do several hikes, and this was, I think, the 5K hike. So I'll probably... Okay, I'll read this one. This is to my dad. What up, though, little man? I hope you have been okay with all the responsibilities of being the man of the house now. The way that you write letters is super weird, and you make many English mistakes. I really enjoy reading them and all the motivation that you give me. Okay, let's skip. I'm writing this letter in class since I have much better memory than most of these fellas. I don't understand. What I don't really get that. I'm doing good here. My jaw is still swollen though from the wisdom tooth removal, and I hear that the gas chamber is coming up, which is in 2 days. So I hope it heals by then. Oh crap! Dude, my handwriting is like bad. I can't read my own handwriting. I really miss having breakfast with you in the morning. We eat really fast here, and I love eating slow, so that sucks. The first thing I'm going to do when I get back is eat a nice big meal slowly. I can't wait to eat with the family again. I'm really happy. Also, I'm still... blah, blah. I'm skipping all the stuff that's like for my father that you guys won't understand. That makes sense. So, we had our 5K hike today. So far, none of the exercises that we've done have made me sore or anything crazy like I used to work out at the YMCA did. The hike was fine physically wise. The annoying part was that we had to scream ditties the entire time. Ditties are sayings that they make us yell so we learn information faster. So an example would be they would yell the 5 major battles and we would respond by screaming, like, sir, 5 major battles of World War II are keyword Gimmo, G, Guadalcanal, I, Iwo Jima, T, Tarawa, M, Midway, O, Okinawa, sir. And we had to do that the whole hike. So it wasn't really a hike. It was more just like suffering while walking for 3 miles. And you got a freaking big backpack, man. It's like, we call it the main pack. It's huge. So we're screaming, we're screaming these ditties while we're saying that. That stuff, I cursed here. That S word makes you lose your breath so fast. Ha 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 ha. Oh well, right? It is what it is. I'm not reading that last part. Okay, that's all for letter. I wouldn't really call it letter number 3 because it's got like 3 letters in it, but that's letter package number 3. So I would write multiple letters and ship them all up at once because I couldn't ship a letter every time. Okay, here, let me put this right here. All right. Wow, I love doing this. I got so many more to go. This is gonna take me a lot longer than I thought. I hope my roommate doesn't come back because I'm going to have to probably make a part 2 to this. Letter package number 4. Hell yeah. Here we go. Oh, this is, again, a huge freaking package. God, how many letters I put in this one? Oh, wow, this one's big. Okay. Oh, my God. Sorry, guys. This is a big one. This is a big one. Whew. This is a big one. Let me start with this little white one. Let me see what this one is. Okay. I guess I shipped these out of order. This is day 2 after the wisdom tooth removal for everyone. Training day 7 or 8. I'm currently on light duty in the pooper, and I brought my book again, so it looks like I'm studying. Light duty means I don't have to do any PT or exercise, and since my face hurts and I look like a chipmunk, I thought I would take this time to share 2 things. I drew a little picture of myself right there. That's me with my swollen cheek. I think it's like 7 a.m. right now. This morning during the morning chow, I was sitting with my brother Lee. Lee is Asian, and he has tilted eyes, you know what I mean, which I'm not racist, I swear to God. He has the tilted eyes. So we were just eating when suddenly a drill instructor came behind me and made the loudest call. It was super high-pitched and funny. After he called, this drill instructor told Lee to open his eyes. I almost spit out my food because Lee had his eyes open. It was just because he is Asian. We were all turning red from holding in our laughter. It was too funny. Next story is on the back. We'll write another time. I have no time. No time. DI, broke character. Oh, okay. So I didn't have time to write the story, but I would know what I was talking about. One of my drill instructors broke character and laughed at my other drill instructor because he ran into a pole. This was during the hike. I remember it, the first 5K hike. I think one of the drill instructors was calling ditties, right? And he's like not looking, and he just like slams into a pole and like falls backwards, right? And drill instructors are supposed to maintain an image. So one of my other drill instructors saw that and he like broke character because it was really funny. Like I can't blame him for laughing, even if drill instructors are supposed to like maintain a perfect image or whatever. Watching one of our drill instructors, which is our baby DI, walk into a pole was really funny because he fell over, and he was like screaming at the same time. So I didn't have time to write that story, but that was something I would remember. That was the first letter. This is 4 days later. I think this is my gas station letter. A gas station? Freaking gas chamber. What the hell? For everyone. What up, though? Jonah here, back with another letter for everyone, since I have time to write it on Firewatch. A few things that are noteworthy have happened, so I figured I would write a letter for them, for everyone, and answer some of the general questions that I've been asked that people have been writing to me about. First, I will explain what Firewatch is. So I already did that earlier in the video stream, so I'm going to skip that part. So I wrote tonight, while I'm writing this letter, I have Firewatch from 12 a.m. to 1 in the morning, which is a pretty good shift to have. I'm really excited that tomorrow is Sunday. That means it is going to be a relatively easy day, and the time is going by really fast. 2 to 3 days ago, we had the pugil sticks and boxing battle. Every recruit did one of each. You already know that this sexy hunk of pure awesomeness won both battles with suave confidence that will leave the opponents with PTSD and night terrors. I was a little cocky. The pugil stick battle was a close one because I was and still am recovering from that freaking wisdom tooth extraction. And headshots are allowed on that one. So if they hit me on my wound, it would hurt me a lot, right? The third hit, my opponent hit me right where the surgery was, and it hurt really bad. I don't know how, but somehow I ended up throwing some absolute power critical hit and managed to deliver a blow that was so powerful it made him stumble back and fall backwards out of the arena. And if you step out of the arena, it's a disqualification, right? So boxing was where my victory really shined, though. I don't have time to drop the details, but just imagine me demolishing my opponent with repeated kidney strikes to the point that he stopped hitting me from his pain. Sunglasses emoji. I actually remember this. And when you're boxing with the other recruits, right, they teach you McMap, which is like a tan belt martial arts. It's honestly, it's not really taken into effect, because if you try to do McMap while you're boxing, it doesn't really work well, right? So when you're boxing, they put your heads are like right next to each other, and then they begin, right? So most people just start swinging. So that's what most people do. Even you start doing that because you just want to survive. The problem is when you're up close and personal, you can't really get a good hit in because you got your arms up, right? So what it was, I kept swinging, but I started to swing low, if that makes sense. And I hit him in the kidney right here. And I remember I was thinking, I'm just going to aim for that one kidney. Like, I'm just going to go for it. And I went like, bah, 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 bah. Even with my other arm, I would hit him in the same spot. And I remember he started not hitting. He started not hitting me back because it was a good match. He did good though. You get hurt, right? It sucks. But it was pretty cool. So things in a methodological way have gotten easier here. We are all faster, stronger, and louder, and we are getting somewhat used to the madness. Okay, I made a typo here. To madness. The giant, rusty, and slothful cogs produce. Okay, we are getting used to the madness that the giant, rusty, and slothful cogs produce. cogs, I'm talking about like big gears, and the gears are symbolism to the system of boot camp. They move slowly and with much stress, but they click into place. It creates an impactful bam that strikes like a stone. No, a boulder, hitting water, creating waves that grow bigger and bigger endlessly. Some people here stand directly in front of the wave and get absolutely obliterated by the effects of the enormous tsunami. But I'm in an underground bunker and only feel slight vibrations from the waves above. A little bit of symbolism right there. Wow, that's pretty nice. I will write the rest later. I was feeling good. I don't know. It's like midnight, you know. Sunday. So this is the next day. It's the back of the letter though. I got a red pen. So I thought instead of writing about the mini shopping experience or the 5K hike we did, I would write about some of the people here. I'll start with the drill instructors and move to my friends later, most likely on another page. What up, though? It goes like this. So I list all of my drill instructors and I drew them too. I don't know if I can share. I don't know if I should share their names, right? But I drew a picture of all of them, which is really funny. And I gave a description. So I'll give the description of my senior drill instructor first. He is like the papa of all the recruits here. He's humble, he's kind, and he looks like the drill instructor from a movie. He's tall and talks to us normally when he takes his hat off. So that's kind of a point of recruit training, is to make a little bit of a better bond with the senior drill instructor. Then my drill instructor. So there's one that teaches drill. He's like the second in command, pretty much. He is bald and very funny. He teaches us drill and gets really red like this pen's color when we mess up. And one of his slogans was drill or do the other thing, and the other thing was like getting destroyed. Then the third in command, which was the knowledge hat. He is the guy who taught us all the knowledge, so all the like Marine Corps knowledge and stuff for tests. Homie is literally, gosh. Homie is Percy from the movie The Green Mile. He teaches us knowledge, and in my opinion, he is the scariest. So I got a little bit of a sidetrack story time. I was the first person in my platoon to get in trouble. And it was through this drill instructor, my knowledge hat. And he scared the crap out of me, man. Me and him went into the head. Oh my god, I got destroyed. So that's why I really did not like him at first. Like, he was my least favorite, because he was so good at being like, he was so good at being like the most like hated DI, because he gave us like group punishment the most. You know, he got mad for no reason. So he did a great job as a drill instructor. I have nothing but respect for him now. Next drill instructor is one of the kill hats. And at this point in time, I put, bro is my least favorite. Not for any particular reason, he just sucks. No personality except for telling us to open our fat mouths over and over. Funnily enough, this drill instructor actually became my favorite by the end of the cycle. And the last drill instructor is the baby drill instructor. I literally put, this is the baby drill instructor. Everyone knows it's his first time being a drill instructor, and you can just tell. Me and my buddy Meza had begun whispering. Oh my god! I don't have a girl. I see. Me and my buddy Meza have begun whispering to each other what he's about to say, and I kid you not, he will say it word for word 99% of the time. It is so funny. He's the most NPC-like person I have ever met, and it's hilarious. So with this drill instructor, me and my buddy Meza, he lived right next to me, so he was the rack right next to me, the bed. And whenever this drill instructor would be on the field, or like, you know, just screaming at us, me and Meza would like whisper to each other like exactly what he was about to say, and then he would say it. It was like a game that we had to like keep ourselves sane, and you know, it was really funny. Overall, my drill instructors are a pretty good team. Now I want to whine and complain something I'm an expert at, about people holding all of us back, which is continuing on the next page. Alright, page 2 of Sunday. April 2nd, I think. So literally almost a year ago, because today is April 4th. I know I've said this before, but there are some people here that are just horrible. Every day I wake up and I get more and more frustrated with them because they appear to get worse instead of better. Whether it's people who stay silent, people who move slower than snails, or people that can't keep their mouths shut. We all get messed up because of them. Now you would expect that these people would improve in their behavior. No. It is agonizing knowing that if 3 or 4 people from the platoon just disappeared, that our platoon would excel at a much better pace. It baffles me how stubborn and selfish some people can be. You already know your boy has tried everything to help them in even the smallest ways, whether that's me being nice to them, overly nice to them, me giving them advice, me sitting down and talking with them to talk about their behavior, or motivating them. It all doesn't work. I'm not the only one who tries to help them either, but it's like they flat out refuse to form any form of progress. The drill instructors call these people the individuals, and that is straight up facts. Wah, 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 blah, 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 boo-hoo. Me whining about it does nothing. I just want y'all to be aware of the struggle. And then I put in parentheses, the sand fleas still suck. Now I will answer a few questions, share these answers only with the people who asked. Okay, so I think one of my friends, I can read out this question because it's okay. Here is what I wrote to one of my friends. I wrote, if anything goes wrong, like if I were to get injured at boot camp, I would not get back on the June 9th. So that's something I said. God, these are freaking long letters, man. Letter number 4 took freaking like 20 minutes. This is insane. But I mean, to be fair, it was 3 letters. But gosh, that was good. All right. I might make turn this into parts because there's 14 packages and I'm only at number 5, and I'm already almost an hour in, and I'm hungry. So we'll see here. So I forgot to tell you guys, or I guess I did at the beginning. I drew when I was at boot camp, and I have all my drawings here. I'll go over my drawings at the end because I don't want to have to show them out and try and find out which ones happened when, if that makes sense. Package number 5 of letters here. Let's see, another big one. I always fill these things to the brim, man. I try to write as much as I possibly could. I think this one's 2 or 3. It's a big one. Crap. Okay, so this is April 5th. Alright, so I was able to get the date on this one. This is April 5th for everyone. And I have a picture of the gas chamber, which means that this is the gas chamber letter. What up, though? Jonah here. It's been a minute since I have had time to write a letter. 3 days feels like a minute, which feels like eternity is what I'm trying to say. But I have Firewatch tonight again, so I'm able to. I want to talk about 3 things. Obviously, the most hype for you guys is probably going to be the gas chamber. So the gas chamber, the propel tower, which is the funniest thing in the world happened to me, and the obstacle course that we all had to do. I'll start off with the gas chamber. So, we did both the gas chamber and the propel tower on the same day. It took place a few days ago, but sadly I didn't have any time to write a letter. Anyways, it went probably exactly as you would expect. I'm sure if you look up pictures or a video, you will see a snippet or 2 of how it is. Bruh. Bruh. Just bruh, period. I was the second group to go in the gas chamber, and as soon as I entered, all of my skin began to burn. I mean, my hands and neck felt like they were sunburnt multiplied by 100, and they were like being rubbed or like touched. Like irritated would be a better word than rubbed or touched. So, while I was in the gas chamber, we have to break our gas mask seal and clear it 3 times. So what that means is they open up the container of CS gas, right? And what you have to do is put 2 fingers and push the mask forward. That way gas goes on your face. And then you have to put the mask back on and like clear it, go, and it clears the gas mask of all the gas in your face. So, what up, Doe? I'm reading off my gas chamber letter. So, here's what I wrote. The means that, okay, so that's literally what I just said. This means we have to expose our faces and especially breathe in the gas so we inhale it. The first time that we broke the seal was the worst. I think you break it for like a minute and 30 seconds at a time, and my dumb A-word opened my eyes about halfway through the first time for literally no reason. So if you open your eyes, gas goes in your eyes, and it's so painful. So you're supposed to keep your eyes closed, and I didn't. I opened them, just like instinct of pain or something, I don't know. I put here, eyes open equals big owies, which is facts. So the first time I began to sort of retch, which is really bad because if you throw up, you could choke since it's a gas mask. So like, you know, like that, right? That's retching. I instinctively held my breath for as long as I could before I breathed in the gas. But I don't know if it backfired on me, because if you don't breathe oxygen, you need more of it on that initial first breath. So that first gasp of air is going to be nothing but pure gas. Does that make sense? So like if you, like everyone, like hold your breath right now. Like, you know, if you hold your breath for as long as you can, when you want to breathe again, you're going to go like, you know, you're going to take a gasp because you're out of oxygen, your body wants more. So that's what I did in the first time I broke the seal on the gas mask. I thought, hey, if I can hold my breath the whole time, I don't have to breathe in the gas. So obviously it burns your face. It hurts, right? But it hurts even more if it's in your body. That first initial breath was nothing but pure gas, and that hurt so bad. So that's what I was trying to say here. Like everyone else, help, you didn't say. You can breathe, you're fine. Like everyone else, I was coughing like crazy, I was all snotted, and I was disgusting, and very much in pain. Then we cleared the mask, waited a few seconds, and then we had to open it again. This time you are a bit more prepared because you know what to expect and how much it hurts, but that doesn't mean that it hurts any less. Continuing this on. This is something I really liked that I will always remember. Something about suffering right next to my buddies made it a lot better. Here's the kicker. The third and final time that we broke the seal, I was fine. I don't know if the gas mitigated or if I got used to it or both, but I was breathing slow, deep breaths just fine. We got out and we kept coughing for a long time. But hey, it did clear up our sinuses in the recruit crud for a while. LOL. Lee, the Asian dude, was talking all big. Oh my god, I remember this. So Lee, the Asian guy, after he got out, he was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Like, oh, that wasn't that bad. So my drill instructors made him go back in again. And it was hilarious. So on the second time he came out, he was crying. It was so good. So funny. If you guys have any questions about the details, ask away. But overall, I would rate it a 7 out of 10 on the pain scale and a 2 out of 10 on the fun scale. But it was a damn... crap! I cursed, sorry. It was a dang 10 out of 10 experience. So up next to the Propel Tower story. So in the you do the gas station and then gas chamber. I keep calling it a station. Do the gas chamber and then you go do a Propel Tower. So it's like a big tower and you're on a rope and you have to like propel yourself down. It's like a tall tower. Like, you know, it's no joke. Look up videos or something because I'm lazy and I don't want to explain it. But I had a blast with this one. I more want to focus on one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life that happened during it. The Propel Tower gets a 1 out of 10 on the pain scale. It gets a 8 out of 10 on the fun scale. And an 8 out of 10 on the experience scale. So time for a story. So buckle up, guys. This is the probably the funniest thing I think I've ever seen, but it's really disgusting. So TMI. The tower is a giant tower, obviously, right? But to get up there, you need to climb up this large spiral staircase, right? So this staircase is one of those graded staircases, which means it's got like the kind of like the holes all in it, you know? It's like it's covered in holes. It's kind of graded. So it's more open than it is closed. So pretty much it's see-through stairs, right? So I'm chilling at the bottom of the staircase. I'm waiting on my turn to go up because it's a whole line all the way up. Like every single step is being taken up by a person, by a recruit. And the guy behind me asks to use the bathroom. He gets told to wait until he's done climbing and then going down he can use it, you know? But this guy really has to go. Like he's wiggling like a worm. He's shaking, he's dancing, he's doing all the jazz, you know, the pee-pee dance, right? He asks again, which normally you don't do, and he gets denied again, right? So we start slowly climbing the stairs, and there's a giant line of recruits on the stairs and behind us, and this dude is just going crazy. I started talking to him to get his mind off of it, but crap, man, a man's gotta go when a man's gotta go, right? So we get to the very top, and I mean we are both 3 steps away from the very top. Like we are on the last amount of staircases of this spiral staircase. And I turn to him, and I tell him, I'm like, bro, you just got to hold it up for 2 more minutes, and then you can use the bathroom. And then he looks at me, and he yells the F word. He just goes, go! You know, that's the F word. Okay, that's the F word. I don't want to say it. He just yells it. The man broke. He started peeing 3 steps from the top. Which, while watching somebody pee their pants is hilarious, it's not the best part. So I'm already laughing at him peeing his pants, right? But this is the funniest part. The thing that made me break out in a hysterical hyena laughter, like I couldn't hold in. This was so funny. It was the fact that the pee began going down through his pants and streaming below through the grates. So through the graded staircase, and it started falling all over the recruits below. So there's a whole line. I mean, so many recruits, and he starts just peeing on them, like from the top. I swear I couldn't control my laughter because he pissed on like 10 to 15 recruits. And it was so funny. Continue on the next page. So another reason why this was funny, okay, maybe I won't say that because it might be a little bit too TMI, but that has to be one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen in my life. I got in trouble for laughing so hard because my senior drill instructor was at the top, right? He heard me start laughing, but that was just so funny. I'm sorry, I know it's disgusting, and I know if you're not a Marine or like, you might not understand, but that has to be one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen ever. Like, I felt so bad for those people, but it was so good. It was so funny. April 7th and 8th, this is the continuation of the gas chamber and propel tower story. Third thing that I want to talk about is the confidence in the O course. Fellas, family, close friends, let me tell you, I absolutely love the obstacle courses. I genuinely have such a good time doing these huge, wacky obstacles, and I'm also really good at them. I have not failed a single time like a lot of people have. In fact, I was going so fast that the DIs told me to calm down. Which, if you are told anything in their normal voice without them yelling, it's pretty much like a blue moon compliment, right? Hell yeah. So I'm like a monkey on the monkey bars, guys. I'm really good at that stuff. Overall, the PT and the exercise that I do very good, and because I have a lot of stamina and always slay. I want to say I got 3 letters last night and read them, so thank you for everyone who wrote to me. And that's me talking to my parents and stuff, right? Yep. That concludes letter number 5. Wow, that was a good one. I really like that. the gas chamber and the propel tower and the O course, you know. I love reading what I'm writing. It's great to go down memory lane. Ooh, excuse me. Here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to resume this at another time because I think my roommate's about to come home soon. And I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, whether you watch this live or whether you're watching this as the YouTube version later on. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for letting me share this with you. This is very personal to me. Because, I mean, you know, this was it's boot camp. It's a hard time, right? But I'm glad that I can share it and share my stories and my experiences with you guys. And I hope that you enjoy them just as much as I enjoyed experiencing them and writing them and sharing them with you. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back in their respective envelopes. And I have 9 more packs of letters to read. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, thank you very much for stopping by. I very much appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. But for now,